Hello, I'm Dan. This is Vinyl Fury Collective Profile number 2. I'm here with my friend Zach. Say hello, Zach.
Hello, people.
Zach and I have been friends for several years, and he's really the only one of my friends who collects records that can really stack up to me as far as being a vinyl nerd goes. That's pretty much all we talk about. But I knew I wanted to have him as my next profile. He's got a lot of good records. He cares about it. Music is a really important part of his life and has been for a long time. You started taping shows how long ago?
2004.
So if you've been at a show in the California or Portland area in the last 8 years, you've probably seen this guy setting up his mics and shooting photos and videos and stuff, which bands have used before, right? And so he cares about sound, and that's why he collects records, I would say.
You are correct.
Alright. So when did you start collecting records?
Let's see. I would say it wasn't too long ago.
Was it around the same time I did?
No.
Or was it a little bit after?
Well, I bought a few records. I found my dad's old turntable in the attic, and I asked him if it worked, and he said it did last time he checked in the 90s. And so we brought it down, and I found a couple of records at a Hot Topic. And yeah, they played them.
Tight.
They sounded great.
So I started collecting like 3.5 years ago. Do you remember when?
I'd say it was probably around then, or 2008, I guess.
Yeah. That was good.
But I wouldn't say I started collecting
right
until...
So when did you start really collecting stuff?
Probably at least a year after I bought a few records.
And what is it? Why vinyl?
I got into the ritual of it, actually.
As
like,
most of us do.
Just discovered the art and listening to a record full. Side A to side B. And enjoying the whole thing.
How many records do you have now?
I haven't counted in a long time. Last I counted, it was only 100 and something.
It's definitely more.
I know I've gone crazy the past year, and so I would say
this is mostly full now.
So I would say
3/4
around 400,
and
including all the old stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that you mostly get new records.
Yeah.
As opposed to the older stuff. Why is that?
I feel like most of the older stuff is going to be around for a lot longer. And
that's true.
Newer stuff is fewer pressings and harder to find later. So get it while it's around, and so you don't have to pay the big bucks for it. And I've still missed out on a ton of stuff that I wish I would have gotten when I saw it, and I didn't, and it's gone. And now it costs $100 for a record.
Speaking of $100, is that the most you spent on
yes, it was $90 plus shipping.
And that was what record?
Blind Melon Soup.
Why did you feel the need to spend that much money on the record?
That was one of my, just ended up being one of my, over the years, all-time favorite records. The nostalgia, and it's just awesome front to back.
Do you think it was worth it?
Oh yeah.
There are very few records that I would pay that much money for. There are a few.
And that thing goes for over 200 now. So when I got it for 90 2 years ago, it's gone up and will most likely never be repressed. So, and it sounds amazing.
That's good.
So that's a plus.
Absolutely. So before we get into showing some of your records, let's take a look at your gear. Alright, so show us your gear. What are we working with here?
Well, right here is the newest edition. It's pro-ject Debut 3.
Sexy red.
Yeah, sexy red.
So you said that you have your dad's turntable.
Yes.
Pioneer.
Yeah, this was actually what got it all started.
So you actually use both of them?
Yes, I use this for a lot of the older records, like just because I feel like some of the super old stuff is made to be played on vintage equipment.
You think it has better aesthetic?
Yeah, I think it sounds the way it's supposed to be.
So what does this got here?
This is what most would call a cassette deck.
It has some pretty lights.
Yeah, it's got pretty lights and it's got a door and these things right here that tell you where the DB's at and everything. And this was actually a 1977 Pioneer, along with the same model and year as the turntable and this amazing piece of equipment right here is what does it all and makes it all sound sweet is the old 1977 Pioneer receiver that my dad had. He bought it when it came out and spent a shit ton of money on it, and I was fortunate enough that he let me have it.
And this is the 1050?
Yeah.
That's one of the higher end ones.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think there was a step up from this. And from what I read, just this cassette deck alone when it came out was $300. And if you could imagine what $300 was worth in 1977 compared to what $300 is worth right now, was a lot.
So they don't make them like this anymore.
And
$300 now will not give you anywhere near the same quality.
yeah, and this thing's it's a beast, and I love it.
And so you have your records in the ultimate storage unit from IKEA.
Yep.
The expedite,
whatever you want to call it.
Whatever the Swedes call it.
Yeah. I just call it convenient.
Yeah.
And
most vinyl collectors are using these.
Just got it. You watched me set it up.
I did.
And yeah, I like it a lot. It was $69 well spent.
Check it out, IKEA.
Yeah, check it out at IKEA.
Alright, so let's see some of those records. Alright, so sweet setup you got here. I'm sure you were paid quite a bit for this gear, and I know you spent a lot of money on records.
Yeah, that's a given.
And let's see some of your, I asked you to pull out some of your favorite records to show us. First of all, what's playing?
This is Maserati. I forget the name of the record. Inventions for the New Season. Awesome band. You should check them out if you haven't heard them.
So what do you have in the stack?
On top here, one of my all-time favorites from the mid-80s. Fucking Tears for Fears. Songs from the Big Chair.
That is an incredible record.
Yeah, it's sonically amazing on headphones.
They're actually Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab is remastering this. And it's going to come out like next month or something.
I will buy
It's gonna be
that.
tight.
I will buy it. Up next, we got Ween The Mollusk.
I know you're a big Ween fan.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
Yeah,
What is it about
a
Ween?
lot of people don't get Ween.
Just either you love them or you just
yeah,
don't get it.
and then some people that don't love them, it takes them a while, and then they hear some things, and then it clicks, and then you're a fan. But they have a little bit for everybody. This one has got a lot of ocean sound to it, and a lot of memories.
Is that any kind of special pressing of it?
Yes, this is the second pressing of it on blue vinyl.
Cool.
And I got it in the box set.
Oh, that's right.
And the original pressing goes for $200 to $300.
Even still? Even
Yeah.
though it's been reissued?
And Poison the Well.
That's one of my
You
favorites.
Come Before You.
That's
Probably one of the best. I would classify this as post-hardcore, but
Still very heavy.
Still very heavy and very creative, and one of my favorite records.
That's a green vinyl, right?
Yeah, and it sounds unreal.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Like, way better, well, mainly just better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, you like to do vinyl rips sometimes and look at the wave.
Yeah, and this was one of the ones that surprised me the most.
It was much less compressed.
I could see the waves looked awesome.
Dynamic.
Like, and I compared it with the CD, and the CD's compressed to hell.
Yeah.
And brick walls, and you can see every snare hit.
That's cool.
And you can see that there's dynamic in it.
I love it.
That's by far, in my opinion, their best record they ever put out.
Probably.
And I'll never get tired of it. Up next, we got something completely different, and this is Pink Floyd's Animals. And also one of my all-time favorite records. Yeah, front to back, blow your fucking mind. Smoke a little bit, put on some headphones, and lay on my bed. And
take a trip.
Yeah, take a trip and space out. Go on a little journey.
Cool.
Once again, stepping it up into a different realm. Nirvana in utero.
Great pressing back.
Yes, sounds awesome. There's a bug on it.
Oh,
he just flew away. It's all good.
It's all good. So this is the ORG.
Yep, I got the black one. You get the colored, but sounds amazing.
Yeah, they did really
one of my probably Nirvana's best record, I think.
Think so?
I think so. It's more what I would think that stuff that they wanted to do.
Right.
It was going against their mainstream popularity and pretty much saying "fuck you" to the record industry that wanted to exploit them. And they made a dirty ass record, and it sounds gnarly, and I love every bit of it.
Awesome.
And it brings me back to being a kid again.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that was one of my first.
That was like Nirvana for us in our age group. That was like a real.
That was what changed a lot.
Yeah. What you got there?
Oh, Fleetwood Mac Rumours. Probably one of the greatest records ever.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like, every song on this is amazing. Stevie Nicks has one of the most amazing voices ever.
Fleetwood Mac is one of those bands that I never really paid attention to until I was collecting records.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
And when I discovered this record, I actually discovered this record at the bar in Red Bluff, drinking the tips, and I heard Never Going Back Again. It's just an acoustic number that's got some amazing guitar work, and yeah, I fell in love with it, and then discovered the rest of their catalog, and I loved most of their stuff, like more so the early shit, but this is by far their best record.
And there's the
and here's my prized possession, I guess, is a Blind Melon Soup. And yeah, this brings me back to being a kid. I was super into this band. When they first came out with their first record, I loved it. This actually came out, and I got the cassette from BMG or Columbia House, one of the two things that I was screwing over when I was a kid and getting free music through. And I actually didn't like it when I first heard it, and I sent it back.
Oh, really?
And I did the same thing with Faith No More's King for a Day, and that's one of my favorite albums of all time. And yeah, so I didn't like it when I first heard it when I was young, and then years later I rediscovered it, and it blew my mind.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs on here that give me goosebumps. Yeah.
So, part of collecting, you have like these holy grails that you're going after. Sometimes you search for them for years and years. When you finally get it, sometimes people think that kind of that thrill is gone after you get it. So, are you happier now that you have it?
Oh yeah, and I listen to it pretty regularly too. Like, I at least listen to it once or twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more. And sometimes when I listen to it, I'll play it twice. Like, I'll turn it back over and just listen to it again.
Cool. If you needed the $200, would you sell it?
No.
That's good.
Because I know there's other records that I have that I don't care about
Mm-hmm.
as much that
You can get a few bucks for
that
it.
I could get money for if I'm gonna buy them, which I've already done.
Yeah.
And shit, it ended up paying half my rent and all my bills off of 3 records.
Records
So,
are also an investment for sure. All right, so we got a few more here.
yeah. Well, this one is Daughters, self-titled, dirtiest fucking record that like I have. They are just insanity, and I love it. There's nothing I could really say to explain
When you say
what this
dirty,
music really is.
when you say dirty, do you mean like tone-wise?
Dirty tone-wise, attitude, like I've read the lyrics and they're pretty
dirty.
they're pretty fucked up and just off the wall. Like when you read it and listen to it, all you can think is these guys are out of their mind, and I love it.
Sounds like right up
yeah, I
there.
love it. Like, and the sound. Like when I found this, I bought it right away, and I was hoping it was gonna be one of those ones that sounds really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, the sound quality really impressed me on this one.
It's a crapshoot these days.
And-
with
Yeah, and that's what I hate about. That's what I hate about it.
yeah.
But I bought it anyways, and it like blew my fucking mind. Like, and sonically, the guitar stuff that they do on here is insane.
I've never really listened
It's
to
just dirty, raunchy stuff. Daughters, fucking check them out. They'll blow your load.
All right, we got a classic one here.
Yeah. We got Beatles Revolver. Fucking great record.
Is this your favorite Beatles record?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that. Yeah, it sounds amazing. It's weird. And has one of my favorite Beatles songs on it. And
Which one was that?
that is Tomorrow Never Knows. And that song is insane. Like, yeah, just like everything about it's just weird as shit. It doesn't sound like it was anything that would have been recorded in that era. But yeah, badass record, awesome band.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. You might have heard of them. Called Beatles. They put out some more popular records than this, but I think this one kicks more ass than those ones do.
All right, what do we have left?
This is a band you might have heard of or you might not, and they're called Built to Spill. Perfect from now on.
I haven't seen them.
This one is out of control. Amazing guitar work and creative shit out of the 90s. It's a lot different than all the stuff that was out around this time, which I think 1997. So yeah, it's my favorite record by Built to Spill, but I love the majority of them. Amazing live band. Doug Marsh, the mastermind. He can't do wrong in my eyes.
Cool. Well, I'd like to thank Zach for taking the time to share his collection and his thoughts with us.
Cheers.
So you can check out Zach. He is all over the internet. And you have a dedicated Instagram for vinyl, right?
Yeah, Vinyl Blows.
Vinyl Blows. And I'll leave some links. You can check out his stuff, his concert photography, his audio recordings, and his other cool stuff. And you can check out more of Vinyl Fury, vinylfury.com. That is a Tumblr blog that you can follow. It can also be found at twitter.com/vinylfury for some other more frequent media. also on Instagram. And thank you very much for watching, hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Cheers. Enjoy your music.